Continuing this theme of very active engagement is Anne McNeil's project, Trailblazing with Wikipedia. Congratulations to Anne.
The project that I developed was to edit Wikipedia pages using students in my graduate classes and in some cases undergraduate classes. So the students worked in teams to identify a topic that was related to the course content, and then they worked together to identify content that would add to the page and increase the general public's understanding of that scientific concept. And in addition, they had to add some more in-depth information. So if scientists went to that page, they would also be able to get more out of it. They first have to identify a topic that is important to the field, but not covered adequately already on Wikipedia. And so that's their first challenge, is finding an important topic and convincing me that it's an important topic and worth adding. And so then they prepare a brief outline of what they want to add to it, and so then they have to think about what's the most important aspect of this thing that I've chosen, this topic. And so it involves a lot of literature research and sort of digesting that research and analyzing it and figuring out what are the key innovations. So if they pick, for example, a particular polymer and there's been hundreds of papers on that polymer, they have to decide what papers should they focus on and highlight on that Wikipedia page. So there's a lot of digestion of the literature that they have to do. So I say they synthesize and evaluate and then digest that literature and try to come up with a summary page that is representative of the topic. And then at the same time, I'm trying to teach them the skills of being able to communicate science to the general public, which is why I really insist that they work on that intro paragraph, because they have to explain not only to me why this topic is important, but to the general public, why should they care and read the rest of this page. And they worked together in teams and created the content, and then it went through several rounds of peer review, as well as we involved the Wikipedia community in peer reviewing some of our content. And then at the end of the semester, we would move that content live. We have a grading rubric that's very practical, so they have to add a certain number of new figures, a certain number of new paragraphs. And one of the key criteria is that the intro paragraph, so when you go to a Wikipedia page, there's like a very broad intro paragraph that anyone should be able to understand. They have to really work on that paragraph and make sure that whatever in-depth scientific concept this is, it's understandable to their parent. So there's just a grading rubric that's based on that, and the quality of the content, number of references they've added, and those sort of things. The students are motivated by a number of different factors for this. So one comment that comes up a lot on the evaluations at the end of the term is that they really like that all of their effort is sort of seen as going to some good. They get a lot of feedback from the Wikipedia community, and then they can also show their parents and other people that they actually added this content to Wikipedia. So they take a lot of pride in the fact that they've done this work, and also that it's been worthwhile. It's not like they just turned in a paper that I read and graded at the end of the term. It's like the whole world gets to see the results of their efforts. So they seem to be largely motivated by sort of that publication of their information.